Welcome to the recap of the 30-second day trading this Apex Trader funded account, where I'm trading with Apex's money and keeping 90% of the profits and none of the losses. Sign up for your own Apex account with my link in the description and use my coupon code for 50% off all monthly fees. I was busy traveling the past few days, so I wasn't able to edit any trade recaps, but it wasn't too eventful. I took very few trades since I was traveling and pretty much ended break even after both days, so I consider it just a wash. So this was an absolute tragedy of a trade. I entered when all my indicators flashed bearish signals and had initially set a 5-point stop loss. However, after I entered, I saw bearish divergence increase and became even more confident that price would go down. So I decided to increase my stop loss and average down twice. I've been reading Trading in the Zone, and one of the pitfalls that traders fall into is having false confidence that they can predict the market and not being able to accept when they're wrong. This was exactly what happened to me. Even though price broke through the levels I was relying on, I was stubborn and refused to accept that I could be wrong and kept averaging down. I even turned off my $550 maximum loss threshold, which resulted in me taking a massive $999 loss on a single trade to start the day. If I had just stuck to my initial stop loss, I could have taken a much smaller loss and just re-entered if the bearish indicators start to play out. So after thinking about just quitting trading for the day, I watched as price squeezed higher into a potential supply zone. All my indicators were still bearish, and with the supply zone now in confluence, I decided to take one more trade, this time setting a reasonable stop loss. As I start to see sellers step in to push price out of the supply zone, I decide to aggressively average up this time, which actually increased my cross basis. I usually don't ever average up, but reading Trading in the Zone taught me that every trade is different. Even if you just took a large loss, if the market presents your setup again, you have to take it without hesitation. And I'm sure glad I did, as selling momentum picks up after I enter my second contract. I'm able to ride the bearish momentum all the way down to my target and book a massive win of $1,292, the largest single trade win yet. With my confidence back, I decide to take a few more trades. After I exit the last trade, price starts heading back up towards the supply zone. With all my indicators still bearish, I take another stab short, ready to average down if price did get back up there. Unfortunately, my second sell is missed by a few ticks before price starts tanking back down. I did end up taking a bit of drawdown here, so when price gets close to my VWAP profit target, I just close it a little early to lock in the profits. As the saying goes, don't be a dick for a tick. So this trade was super clean. Entered short at VPOC and the 9 EMA support when I saw bearish signals, barely took any drawdown, and I stayed in the trade until I saw that AD was starting to flash bullish divergence, which was when I decided to lock in my profits. These next two trades were just very small scalps where my entries didn't have clear signals, so I didn't have much conviction in either of them. Glad they were both profitable, but I'm honestly not happy with these trades as I got too easily spooked after entry and closed them early, which made them both bad risk to reward trades with undisciplined entries to begin with. We'll still show them both for transparency's sake. Well, I did predict that I would have some big trades this week. After taking almost a $1,000 loss on my first trade of the day, I was able to bring it all the way back to end the day to net a profit of almost $1,000, bringing this Apex account balance to $56,961. Nice. I'm almost finished with Trading in the Zone, and I found that it has really helped me reframe how I view day trading. I'm finding now that I'm better able to view each trade independently of each other, and I'm more open to the idea that at the end of the day, the market moves randomly, and it's impossible to predict how each individual trade will play out. This helps me not get as tilted from a loss because price action is just completely out of my control. However, the market absolutely does exhibit certain patterns based on economic concepts such as supply and demand and human psychology, and I'm confident that my current strategy does capitalize on these patterns. So while I'm now lowering my expectations for winning each individual trade, I'm more confident than ever that as long as I only take trades based on my exact setup, in the long term, I will win more than I will lose, which is essentially what consistently profitable traders do. I'll be sharing more insights from this book as they become relevant in future videos. As always, thanks for watching. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe to follow along as we continue to make progress to 60K.